I'm sure we've seen it all over the news that in-person retail shopping is dying. Malls are closing everywhere. Brick and mortar stores are closing down. JCPenney, so many, like every time I turn around, a store is closing. I could not think of a better time than being an online store owner. If you are new here, hello, my name is Nikki. I've been a part-time reseller for 16 years. I have 2 little kiddos. I work a full-time job, and I bring in a couple $1,000s a month selling things online on apps like eBay, Poshmark, Whatnot, ThreadUp, The RealReal. I sell on multiple different platforms. Just in the last 2 years, I have sold over 5,000 clothing items, tennis rackets, handbags, shoes. I'm looking around my storage unit, plates, adult diapers. I use that example all the time because I have made a killing selling adult diapers. Somebody's always like, why do you always bring up adult diapers? I literally have purchased a pallet of adult diapers, and every box of adult diapers that I sold, I was making a $25 to $45 profit. Any of us can do this. I even created a paid reseller group where I help them source, I provide them leads. So this has really grown over the years, all from the comfort of my home, friends. I run most of this from my home and my storage unit, which you're looking at. While brick and mortar stores are closing left and right, places like Poshmark, eBay, Etsy, Whatnot, Amazon are all thriving, and there is a lot of money for resellers to make on these platforms. Like, I'm gonna sell this entire bag of clothing in my upcoming live sale that I am about to have today. So that's another avenue of reselling that I recently started. It's the newest type of reselling I am doing. I started doing it 3 years ago. I love it because I'm able to move a ton of product very quickly. It is not for everyone, just being very clear. I have a ton of videos on it. If you're interested in learning about it, I will link it down below. But it's been a great added revenue into my reselling business. Why is now the time to start? If you've been watching the news, you've been seeing them talk about everybody having a side hustle or a part-time gig, and you really don't need thousands of dollars to start reselling. That is why it is one of my favorite jobs I have ever had. You can literally start with selling the items out of your home. That's how I got started. A lot of this stuff, friends, you can learn to do completely free on YouTube and Google. There are thousands and thousands of videos teaching you literally step by step how to resell. If you're a little more advanced and you've just started or you've been reselling for a couple of months, I even created a free guide that you can download. It's always linked down below. I think it's called the 100 Brands Bolo List. It's an ebook. It's completely free, and you'd be joining my email list. If you don't want to be on my email list, you can just unsubscribe. I only email you once a week about reseller related stuff. Sometimes I even offer deals, like wholesale deals. Not often. I usually only do sell wholesale to my group members, which is also linked down below. But there are a ton of free resources, you guys, literally on how to start reselling, from step A to literally how do you start your account to how can I grow and sell thousands of dollars worth of items every single month. If you have enjoyed this video, share it with someone, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. YouTube shows me on the back end like 50% of you that watch the videos till the end are not subscribed. Why not, friend? I am here multiple times a week. I upload all types of content about reselling, what's selling, what's not selling, what's working, what's not, platform updates. I take you to storage, I take you to thrift stores, I take you along the ride. So consider subscribing, friends. I am at storage picking up some sales, and I just sold this Wacoal bra. It's new without the tags, and it sold for $40. We have a lot of new friends here. If you are new, I love selling intimates. One, I get almost no returns on bras, lingerie, pajamas, underwear. People just know their size, and they just know, and it fits. Like, I think in the last 2 years, I've had 1 return. Sorry, in the last year, I've had 1 return, and that was actually just last week on a bra, and I have sold hundreds of bras in the last year. She said it didn't, I was telling my group members, it was hilarious. She basically said, because I have no returns on eBay, she basically said in the return, verbatim, I'm not trying to be vulgar, but she said that it didn't make her tits look good. No, I'm sorry. She said her tits were not sitting right. That's what she put in the When I tell you guys, I was dying laughing. She was like, it is my size, but my tits were just not That's how I am. Anyways, I just accepted it because I was like, for the sheer comedy, I'm just going to take, Anyways, so I say that, but I have had one return in the last year. But considering I have sold hundreds of bras, you guys, friends, in the last year, I think that's pretty good. So, and they're so easy to photograph and list and store. I literally am always like praying and manifesting, friends, for a palette of just bras, underwear, like undergarments, shapewear. And every time I put that out in the universe, I feel like it's delivered, because then I just stumble upon like 6,000 Skims bras, or one time I ordered a Nordstrom palette. This is from a Nordstrom palette. So I've had this a long time, because I have not had a Nordstrom palette in about a year. No, I've probably had this close to 2 years, you guys, because I haven't bought a Nordstrom palette since I was pregnant with my last son, and he's turning 2 next week. So it's been about 2 years. And I got a Nordstrom palette that, I'm not kidding, it was supposed to be clothing, and maybe some people would be mad, but I feel like God was listening to me. It was legitimately about 450 bras, and I was so happy. I have made so much money on that palette. I'm literally down to like the last 10 bras. So it took about 2 years to sell through, but I listed every single bra, underwear, shapewear, and it was all from Nordstrom. So, Wacoal, Natori, some high-end obscure lingerie brands I've never even heard of. And a lot of Skims, maybe like 50 pieces of Skims. I'm down to my last 10. I have made thousands of dollars from that palette. So, and I haven't had a palette like that. I haven't purchased a palette of Nordstrom since then. So if anyone knows, I know that's like the #1 secret that resellers keep. But if you're ever feeling like doing the Lord's work and sending me a DM and telling me where I could get a great Nordstrom palette, I'd love you for it, because they have like since disappeared off the market. At least I can't find them. So anywho, this sold for $40. It took 2 years to sell, but I don't care, because I've already made thousands, like I said, on that palette, and I'm down to my last 10, and they're just so easy. You know what I mean? They're so easy to photograph and list. So I'm going to get that shipped out. And I have 16 more items to pick up. I also just so part of the, one of the benefits of being in my reseller group is that when I get good deals, I pass it on to my group members. So I live in Los Angeles, as most of you know, and a lot of the boutique brands, their warehouses are based here. So I can go there locally and pick up. So they give me a really good deal. So this is all inventory for my group members. So I have to get that packaged up and shipped out. So what I do is I just put the group is in Discord. I post a message in the group and I say, hey, I'm going to this warehouse. Anybody wants some items? I'm going to source for myself. I tell them like you can get as little or as many as you want. I had one group member order 2 items and I had another one that ordered 60. And I package it up and I ship it off to them and they list it and make their money. Friends, I have, sorry for the shaky camera. I have another coupon haul. Any guesses how much I spent on all of this stuff? Keep in mind, this is a $50 gift card that I can now go and use at CVS on anything I want. So, including the $50 gift card, how much do you think I spent on all of these items? We have vitamins, CeraVe, which usually retails for like $20, $23. This brush set was this was $14, this was $6. So, while you guys are taking your guesses, you might be like, why is she including her couponing fines? I told my oldies, but my goldies, I was like, hey, I've started couponing just for the stuff I need. I am like a total novice at this, you guys. I just started doing it a couple months ago. And I literally only coupon for the things we need or things I want. Like, I'm not couponing to build a stockpile. So sometimes I don't get the best deals. A lot of the couponers that I watch, yes, that is a thing. There is a whole niche of people, literally, you guys, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, that's all they do is focus on couponing. It's awesome. I'm like addicted. And I only coupon at CVS. And I don't do it to like build a stockpile or anything. Like I said, I do it just to get stuff we need. So I got all of this, including the $50 CVS gift card for $52. So basically I paid for the gift card and then everything else was essentially free, you guys. I know, I gotta think of a name for our friends. I know that a lot of you do not care if I say you guys, but because that person pointed it out, now every time when I'm editing, I'm realizing I say it very often, and I know 99% of you don't care, but when 1% points it out, if you are new here, a lot of you are new, I had a comment a couple of videos back now, like 8 videos, and I don't think she was being malicious or mean, so if you're still watching, I'm not picking on you, I promise, but she pointed out that I say you guys a lot, and and this comment didn't seem rude at all. She was just saying, you know, maybe you could say something else, but in the next video I mentioned that someone commented that, and I love you guys. Oh, here I go again. I love you all because you all were like, you can say what you want, and it's like a regional thing, and it's just a term of endearment in certain parts of the country. So I don't think she was being malicious, but you know how when someone points something out, then it stands out to you even more? So now every time when I'm editing, I'm like, oh my goodness, I literally say you guys like 50 million times. So I gotta think of something else. Just for nothing else, just to switch it up, okay? So, friends, I'm pretty proud of myself. I could have saved a lot more. I could have spent a lot less. Like, I didn't need to do the vitamins, but, well, we need the vitamins. We all take these. So, like, I could have saved some money there. The Claritin wasn't the best deal, but a lot of you already know I suffer from severe seasonal allergies. And if I go even one day without taking my allergy pill, it is horrendous. I really hope there's like no long-term side effects to taking allergy medication because I'm not kidding. Probably for about 6 months of the year since I was 10 years old, I've been taking allergy medicine. So if there are any long-term effects, comment down below so I can obsess over it. No. So like if I didn't get those things, I could have saved a lot more, but I need them. So like I said, I do this to save money on the things I need or want. I love picking up the face mask when I can and they're on sale. I paid $1.50 each for these because I like to do them as free gifts with purchase. I love to give away these little items as free gift with purchase. And then these are lip liners. I love using lip liners. I used to think they were so pointless, and now I'm addicted to trying like all the lip liners. I needed a mascara. So all of this stuff is for myself and family. I like gum occasionally. It's a nice little treat. But then these items are like, I'm going to do gifts with purchase, and then that is for, we all use this, but really it's for my 4-year-old who has the eczema. And then that's the, I have to use, you know, like free and clear, no scented stuff for his clothes because of his eczema. So all that's for myself, family, and these are free gift with purchase. And then I still have $50 to go back and spend at CVS. So I think that's pretty dang good, you guys. I basically paid for this and all of this was free. I think I'm doing pretty good couponing.